I want to share two things I learned tonight already. One, it's hard to build a 5-minute presentation. And two, if you're ever going to give a presentation, make sure you order the highest alcohol content before you give that presentation. So I actually want to talk about innovation in ad tech, and it's something I think that we all deal with, right? Trying to find a way to separate ourselves from the competition and some of the challenges that you may face when you do that. One of the themes I want everyone to hold on to as I talk for my probably 4 minutes and 30 seconds now is this idea of focus. So real quick, show of hands, who's worked at a company where you started doing one thing and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year later you were doing something else? Yeah, it's not uncommon, right? As you think about this, think about the reason that company was built. You built a company to create a service or a product that solved a problem or help someone with an issue. Couldn't be at an AdTech talk without showing the Luma stand, right? So we understand this because we're in the space, right? We can put all these companies together, we know who does what, how they overlap, blah, 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 blah. When a client's looking for help, this is what they say, right? Who does what? How do I find that person? It's Where's Waldo? They don't know who to talk to, who to approach, whomever. So how do you stand out, right? Innovation is the key. You have to develop a product or a service that brings you out of this landscape. The problem is, most of the time when you do that, it's chasing money, right? You have a client that comes to you and they say, hey, we heard that you can do X, or you can do Y, or you can do Z. And you go out there and you start building that for them. It's client specific, right? Again, show of hands. Who's worked for a company, you have a core functionality, and all of a sudden your product roadmap changes because you have a client who needs something, right? Yeah. It's a challenge, and especially when you're a startup and you're an ad tech, you need the money to pay the bills, to turn on the lights, to have the great, ad tech customers beer and whatnot. But my advice is chase opportunity, not money. It's not always about the low-hanging fruit. You got to keep your core functionality intact when you're looking to build a solid business. If you don't, this is the result. What do? Right? You chase one-off opportunities, and you're going to create confusion in the marketplace. Your clients are asking, wait a minute, I thought you did this, and now you're providing this service. Your competitors are, well, I'll show you what they are. They're fucking pissed. Because all of a sudden, you're doing what they do, right? And you're still in business, and you're taking money off their table. So this is one of the things you never want to do in this industry, right? Is create angry partners. I love this image because I like to think of innovation not as copying, right? A lot of us, we look at our competition set and we say, oh, they have this, we should build that. Oh, they have this, we should build that. The idea was you built a business that solved a problem or provided a service or a product for someone. That was your light bulb. What you need to do is grow that, right? You want to be building new products and new services that don't compete with other people. Fine, you can build that. You can be baseline with them. You need to have new things. You need to have innovative technology, innovative ideas, things that are outside of the box that match your core functionality to be successful. Growth, right? Growth of your original ideas. Again, it's about focus. When you start losing focus of what your original plan was, that's when you go off, you're chasing the money, you're going to fail, right? There's no resolve. You need to find what you were looking to do. So I thought about this, and I'm like, there's 3 ideas that I think really capture this, right? Pivoting can cause confusion. Now, pivoting isn't always a bad thing. If you've got a business, it's not succeeding, you've found a niche that's better, and you pivot, great. But realize that's going to cause confusion. So you need to have a plan set up that your marketing, your messaging, it explains why you're doing that. Market not only to your customers, but your partners to let them know that. Second, I think a lot of people in kind of our field forget this. Partnering creates a lot of business, right? Sometimes you may be chasing that 50K deal or that 100K deal because it's immediate money, it's immediate gratification. The realization is if you had found a partner that you currently work with that could do that, you sent that business to them, the return would be tenfold. That goes along with short-term gains, long-term pains. I won't go in too deep, but we at SpotXchange went down a path, creating a product, didn't really succeed, took away 6 months of development time for us. We lost that 6 months. We'll never get back. So you got to think sometimes critically around what is going to happen if you start going down these things. Finally, I love this quote. You guys have probably ever heard about WhatsApp recently, the $19 billion, billion with a B, dollar acquisition from Facebook. And this is on their blog, and I love it for the simplicity. 5 years ago, we started with a WhatsApp with a simple mission, building a cool product used globally by everybody. Nothing else mattered to us. I think if you go through business and you create a business with that focus and that mindset, you're going to be successful.
Yeah.